so I gave him one that bankrupted him. My business partner Derek had an incredible talent for taking credit for my ideas. We'd started our consulting firm together as equal partners with the same financial investment, but somehow every successful pitch I developed ended up being presented as his brilliant vision. When I proposed our productivity app concept after months of research, Derek presented it to investors as his personal brainchild while I was out sick with the flu. He got the funding, press coverage, and industry recognition, while I got a thank you email for my support role. When I created our signature client onboarding process that tripled our retention rate, Derek published a detailed article about it under his name alone. He got invited to speak at 3 industry conferences and built his entire personal brand around my framework. I confronted him once, and he said I was being insecure, that we were partners so all ideas belonged to both of us equally. But somehow his name was always the only one on presentations, articles, and speaking opportunities. After 3 years of watching him steal my concepts and build his reputation on my work, I'd had enough. Derek's problem was that he didn't actually understand the ideas he stole. He just memorized my pitches and regurgitated them with confidence. He could sell anything I created but couldn't explain the underlying strategy when people asked detailed questions. So I started planting seeds for the perfect idea designed to fail spectacularly. I spent weeks talking excitedly about a revolutionary new business model I was developing. Subscription-based consulting packages with guaranteed specific results or full refunds within 90 days. I left detailed notes and projections on my desk where Derek would see them during his regular snooping. I had loud phone calls with fake advisors about how this would disrupt the industry. I created spreadsheets projecting massive growth that looked incredibly attractive on paper. Derek took the bait exactly as I predicted. He presented the subscription model to our investors and clients as his next big innovation without understanding the fatal flaw. You cannot legally guarantee specific business results in consulting because client success depends on factors outside your control. Their execution, their market conditions, timing, competitors, and dozens of variables no consultant can promise to fix. Within 2 months of launching, we had 50 clients demanding full refunds when they didn't see the promised results Derek had guaranteed in writing. Our insurance didn't cover it because Derek had structured the guarantee so aggressively to make sales. He'd promised exact revenue increases by specific percentages within 90 days, which was essentially fraud. He'd put it all in writing without consulting our lawyer. The refund requests totaled over $400,000. Derek had already spent most of that money on a fancy downtown office, hiring 6 additional staff, and buying himself a Tesla. He came to me panicking about cash flow problems and mounting legal threats. He asked if I had ideas to fix the disaster or could loan the company money. I told him I was leaving the partnership to start my own firm. I'd already secured funding from investors who appreciated my actual track record separate from Derek's stolen glory. I showed him the separation agreement documenting which intellectual property was actually mine versus his. Turned out almost everything valuable came from my work. Without me and with debt he couldn't pay, Derek declared bankruptcy within 6 months. The company dissolved and his reputation went with it as clients and investors realized he'd been taking credit for someone else's work. Business journals that featured him published follow-up pieces about the spectacular failure. Last month I saw him at a networking event trying to pitch investors. When he spotted me, he actually suggested we partner up again, said we'd always made a great team and he missed collaborating with someone so creative. I smiled and told him I only work with partners who have original ideas and give credit where it's due. His face went red. Then I walked away to talk to the same investors he'd been pitching, who were now more interested in my successful solo venture.